Hi there everybody, this is Natasha Wilkinson, your independent Scentsy consultant from Mount Isa, Australia. So, I did show this in my melting basket that we had a massive tub of empties to go through. So, this is all Scentsy. So, and it's 2 weeks worth. So these are all Scentsy products, 2 weeks worth of what I have been getting through and enjoying. So it's a lot larger than my normal empty bucket. This is my, if I can reach it behind me, this is what I normally put my empties in. As you can see, I had to upgrade to a larger size because I have been really enjoying a lot of products lately in the last 2 weeks. So it's going to be a longer video. Grab a drink, grab something to eat, sit back and relax while I go through my empties. So I have been participating in the Seas Collab as well. So this is from week 1 and week 2 of their Seas Collab as well, when we talk about wax of the Scentsy products. I did show my vendor wax in a separate video from week 1 and 2, but let's dive into what I have been using. So I'm going to try and do it in a little bit of an order. I'm going to try and do non-wax products first. We will see how we go because it is quite large, as I said. So Counter Clean in Cider Mill. Absolutely love this fragrance in the cleaning products. I think it might still be in the clearance section, but I'm not 100% sure. This is crushed pumpkin, apple and spices, and it's absolutely beautiful. So this was one of the scents that was voted back into Australia's Bring Back My Bar. It will be available in wax in June or July, I think, is when they're releasing the last voting round for purchase. So I can't wait to get my hands on and try the wax. I have a feeling this fragrance, when it does come in Bring Back My Bar, will be going into my Scentsy Club in multiple bars, particularly if it smells as good as the Counter Clean. It's just this beautiful apple cider smell. It's not heavy on the spice, but I absolutely love the combination of fragrances. So I have 2 of these to talk about. So I have 2 fragrance flowers to talk about. They haven't been used up, but they've been opened. So on Sunday I did a vendor event, and it was an outside vendor event, so there was no access to power points for me to plug in the warmers, but I still wanted to have some fragrance as people walked past my store in the outdoor market as such. So I opened up the Toasted Acorn and Oak fragrance flower. Absolutely love this fragrance. This fragrance is in my Scentsy Club, and I do believe Toasted Acorn and Oak in the pods, flowers and bars are also currently in our clearance section here in Australia. It's just this really creamy, nutty, almost bakery scent. Beautiful for the cooler months. So after the vendor event, I've taken the flower home and it's now sitting on my laundry windowsill to live out its life and fragrance my laundry beautifully. So Christmas Cottage, this was opened and popped in the bathroom. So this was also one that was in the clearance section. Again, it's like a cinnamon, almost tree spice like scent. I absolutely love cinnamon scents. I know not everyone's a fan of cinnamon scents, but I really enjoy them. So that's sitting in my bathroom at the moment with fragrance flowers. So I did go through a pack of cotton cleanups. That's nothing unusual in this household with the amount of wax I can get through. So I have some dryer disc boxes in here. So I have a Cloudberry Dream dry disc box. I use one of the dry discs, and I think because the dry discs, when you purchase them in the box, come in packs of 2. So I used one, and I think I gifted one in Happy Mail. Scentsy Clean is currently what I have going in my dryer at the moment. I'm using the Coral Waters, so I've used up the Coral Waters washer list, but I'm using the Coral Waters laundry fragrance at the moment and didn't have Coral Water dry discs, so I'm using the Scentsy Clean to go with the Coral Waters because it's a very fresh, clean fragrance. So while I've got Coral Waters out, I have used up the washer whiffs. I don't like Coral Waters in the wax. It's just too aquatic, too clean, not sweet enough for me. But for a laundry product, really, really nice. It's fresh, it's clean, it's vibrant. There's a little bit of a powdery floral note to it. So I enjoyed it a lot more in laundry than I do in the wax. So I have a couple of hand soaps I've used up. So our hand soaps now, when you purchase them, are going to be larger, but I still have a bunch of the smaller, older size hand soaps I have to use up in my household before I can buy some of the larger ones. If I get a larger one in a whiff box, fair enough, but I've got about 8 or 9, I think. I can't even count. I don't know, to be honest, how many I've got. I've got a bunch of them from previous whiff boxes, from collections I've brought that are kind of stacked up and built up in my, I guess, storage. So I'll be using up, you'll probably see a lot of smaller ones here in my videos. It's because I want to focus on using up what I've got before I bring more into the household, let's just say. So, Berry Blessed. This was in the bathroom. This was a beautiful, rich winterberry scent. Really, really enjoyed it. So that's been used up. And I had in the kitchen hibiscus water. I have this scent in my Scentsy Club. It's a aquatic scent, but it has some tropical fruity floral notes attached to it. Really, really pretty. So I did change them out. I think I've got very snowy spruce in the bathroom now, and in the kitchen I've now got cider mill in both these sizes in the hand soaps. So let's talk about dishwashing liquid. So I used up the Coastal Sunset from my cleaning kit, New Season cleaning kit in Coastal Sunset. I did make a few samples with this, but the majority of it was used up in this household. This is such a gorgeous scent in the cleaning range. I can see why they brought it in the cleaning range. I absolutely love it in the wax. I love it in the pods, but I think I'm even more in love with it in the cleaning range. It's this beautiful creamy coconut, and then it's got that warmth of that sandalwood. Absolutely stunning, and I think it has become my new favorite fragrance for household cleaning products in this house. I will definitely be grabbing more of them as we progress through the year. So let's talk about, is that it? No, it's not. I've still got more non-wax products besides pods. So, Polar Bear Hug Scent Circle. So, when I clean my bins out, empty my bins, hose them out, I always like to put a little scent circle attached to the top of the lid of the bin, just to keep it smelling fresh around there. So You won't see the actual scent circle in my empties because I'm not going to then detach it from the bin, obviously. But the polar bear scent circle is attached to the top of my lid just for a little bit of freshness, and so the bin isn't as stinky. So next I have, now, story time. This is not what your globes, what will happen to your globes when they blow. So no one start to panic thinking you're going to start a fire or this is going to happen to your globes when they blow in your warmer. I've just popped it in here for safety. This is my green globe smashed, as you can see from my villain's warmer. It didn't happen in the warmer. So if you watched my unboxing of the Harry Potter warmer, I had some coloured globes which I was showing with the 20 what it would look like with coloured globes. So I finished that unboxing, started to pack everything up. While I was packing everything up, the 20 watt globe, which was going to go back into my villain's warmer, was sitting on my table there while I was packing things up. My 2-year-old, joys of motherhood, my 2-year-old decided to come. He saw that globe there, grabbed it, and I thought, I'm not going to chase him because that's just going to lead to him smashing this. I'm going to see if I can gently just grab that globe off him. So I'm like, Tafa mum, can I please have the globe? He turns to me, gives me this biggest grin of his life and starts to run up the hallway. I don't run, I just walk gently, follow him, because I've learned that when he's in these moods, it's easier to just try and not chase him and not encourage him. But he was in a mood over the mood. So I finally got to him and reached to grab the globe off him, and I'm going, mummies. And as I go to glow it off him, he gives me this other grin and pegs it across the floor in my daughter's room. So of course, when it lands, it smashes and starts giggling and laughing, thinking he's done the funniest thing in the whole world. Needless to say, he was in big trouble. But the joys of a 2-year-old. So as I said, our globes are totally safe. That's just what a 2-year-old can do when they want to be little turds. Let's put it that way. So that was why that's now in my empties, why I have then since had to go and purchase some more globes, or at least a 20 watt green globe because I was out of them. I'm waiting for it to arrive so I can pop it in my villain's warmer, and why currently my villain's warmer is out of commission. So next we're going to talk about our pods. So as you can see, I've been enjoying my pods. So what have we got? Pink sugarberry mint. These have been completely used up. These were in the air purifier in the bedroom. Sweet cotton candy scent. They were then replaced with Coastal Sunset, which are now running in the air purifier in my bedroom. So Go-Go Mango, fruity mango tropical scent, absolutely gorgeous, strong performer. These were in the fan purifier in my laundry. So when they lost their scent, now currently in there I have Happy Holidays. This was a Christmas collection from 2020. This is very Christmas tree, but it's also very herbal Christmas tree, if that makes sense. It's very strong, it's very peppery and herbal. On cold, I don't like this in wax. I don't mind it in wax on warming, but The pods, I'm getting the same impression as I get on Cold and Wax. Not my favourite, but boy, are they strong. I can turn this little baby on in the laundry and it can take over the laundry and the open concept lounge room at the same time. So this particular scent for me performs really well in the house, even though it's not one of my favourite, and I think it's going to be staying in that laundry for a while because I can only tolerate this particular scent in small bursts. So what I do is I tend to turn the air fan diffuser on when I'm out, so I've got scent going through the house when I'm out, and then when I'm home turn it off, just so I can basically use up this pod because it's not one of my favourites. So Make a Splash is currently going in the bathroom. So I really enjoy this in the wax. It's probably the one aquatic scent that I do enjoy because it does have a little bit of a fruity note to it, but I do tend to like to mix a little bit more fruit when I'm running this, just to add that bit more of tropical fruity note. But it's really enjoyable going in the bathroom. So is that the rest of the pods? No, it's not. So I had Berry Bright pods going in my daughter's room. My son's taken off with one of the pods. She did have 2 going in her fan purifier, but do you think I know where the second Berry Bright pod is? No, I do not. I do not know where he has stashed it, but it's lived its life in the pods, and she chose to change it out, which is currently in her room in mulled, cider and spice. So this is just a really nice orange cider scent, so it's more, rather than to me an apple cider, it's got more of the citrusy cider notes to it. Quite a strong performer, fills up her room. A little bit too wintry for me for this time of year, but my daughter chose it, so she's enjoying it. This was something I would probably want to use more in the cooler months personally, but that's my daughter's room and that's what she wanted to use. So I think we're up to our wax. So this is a combination of Let the Good Times Roll Mardi Gras week and one vendor week, which was Scentsy, which I chose. So I will try and tell you what week I use them in as we go through. So Dumbo Circus Parade, that is currently back, and just excuse me. Sorry, all I could hear was beeping in the background, which means you could probably hear it too while I was filming this video. So my phone message was going up. So I put it on Do Not Disturb while I try and finish this video for you. Apologise if that beeping was annoying you as much as it was annoying me. So, Dumbo. This I did in Mardi Gras week. It has just been re-released, so it is still available. But this is one that I keep in my Scentsy club. It is a vibrant citrus fruity peach scent. So you still get that creaminess of the peach and the vanilla, but then you also get that vibrance from the citrus, and it's a very happy scent for me. Love it in my daughter's room, which is where I warmed it. This is the scent that I warm in July 19th to 26th during that week, because the 19th of July is my daughter's birthday and the 26th of July is my son's birthday. They share that room, so this to us has become their birthday scent because it's fun, it's vibrant, it's fresh. So we call it their birthday scent week for something fun and vibrant and fresh, rather than pick a birthday cake scent. We just wanted to pick something fun. So I do have it in my Scentsy club, and I get one every 3 months, but it doesn't tend to last the 3 months. I did pick up a couple of extra because I tend to, within that 3 months, it's gone kaputs, warmed. Every time it comes in, it basically goes straight into our warmers. That's how brilliant this scent is. The next one we're going to talk about is Cheerful Celebration. So, where did I warm this? I think I warmed this in the main area. I think this went into the open concept area. If it didn't go into the open concept area, it went into my daughter's room. I can't remember what room. And this was very tart, it's in the citrus category. It was new to our catalogue in the autumn winter. If I were to pull up the scent notes here, if I've still got a copy of the old catalogue in my digital planner, which I think I do. All the catalogues. I might be able to tell you what it smelt like. Cheerful Celebration. A bright and bubbly jubilee of sparkling lemon, juicy pineapple and raspberry. So as I said, it's very, very tart and very sour. So I'm obviously picking up the tartness of the raspberry and the sourness of the lemon. I don't pick up pineapple. I don't pick up that bubbly jubilee. I really didn't enjoy this. It was too tart, too sour for my liking. Won't be a repurchase for me. I think this was originally from the new consultant kit during that season. I just never got around to warming it or making samples of that one because I couldn't stand it on cold and I didn't enjoy it anymore on warm. So it just wasn't a scent for me. I know there are a lot of people out there that really love their citrus scents and that might be right up their alley. But for me personally, my nose, I just did not like it at all. So I did stargazing in my bedroom. This is a very rich, deep scent. It's got like a smoky incense to I don't think it has lavender in it, but think of a lavender scent and add like a rich, deep, smoky incense base to it, almost perfumey like. That's what I get when I smell this. So this is very unique too. I don't think it's going to come back. It was a scent of the month last year and I do have this in my Scentsy club. I don't think it was one of those scents where you either loved it or you hated it. So I think it's a bit too polarizing to actually make it into a catalogue and be popular enough to make it into a catalogue, but you never know. But I do get one every 3 months in my Scentsy club because it is one that I really do enjoy, particularly if the nights are a bit cooler. So that's to me a bedroom scent I would reach for more in cooler months, but I really do enjoy that when I do warm that one. So we're still in week 1 here with the Good Time Shine Mardi Gras. So I went through 2 bars of our current scent of the month, Hey Tiger Lily. This is floral citrus. A lot of people get that floral and the jasmine and the powdery floral. I can get that they get that. I can smell that. But personally, I still smell a lot of the mandarin and citrus in here, and I think that's what kind of turns me off this a bit. I didn't hate this scent, but it was just a little bit too citrusy for my nose, and the combination of that floral and citrus to me kind of reminded me a little bit of Safari Sunset, which was one of those scents that, as much as I wanted to enjoy, kind of the combination just didn't do well with hay fever, sinusitis, headaches, and I kind of feel that this was doing the same with me. So this went into the open concept area. I will probably end up trying to gift the rest of my bars because it's just one that does set my headaches off. So I am finding certain scents can trigger it, and there's not many bars that do, but when there are bars that do, they do tend to have certain scents in common. So I find a lot of the mandarin-y scents, I think, are setting it off because I can't use the Mix It collection from the orange. It sets my headaches off. Safari Sunset, it doesn't have mandarin in it, but does have some citrus note in it, and it has that jasmine which is combined with this, so maybe a citrus combined jasmine kind of does it. And I'm finding bamboo-y scents doing it too. So the rest of this will probably end up, as I said, being gifted to as part of VIP Happy Mail, because I personally just can't do it. If I do it with the rest of my scents, because I don't want to waste the bars. If I do use the rest of my bars up, I'll be probably doing it not with 2 bars at once in the open concept area. I'll be probably maybe doing half a bar, maybe mixing it with something to tone it down, maybe mixing it with a cake scent or something like that. So what else did I warm in Mardi Gras week? So I went through Born to Shine in Mardi Gras week. So this one I took out of my Scentsy club, and I'm kind of regretting that I did that. I took it out because in the warmers I got nothing the first time I tried this when it first released. It was very, very light. But I left this particular one long enough to cure it, and it was beautiful. It just needed that curing time. It's perfumey, musky, beautiful bedroom scent. Currently in our clearance section, so I did pick up a few more so that I can still enjoy it, even though I don't have it in my Scentsy club. I have a lot of bedroom scents that I do enjoy in my Scentsy club, so I'm not too awfully worried that I did take it out of my Scentsy club. And the reason, as I said, that I did is that it just didn't cure it enough the first time. But at least I now know to maybe wait before I take something out of my Scentsy club and see if it does cure before making that decision and then regretting it later. But very nice. Really, really enjoyed that one. So I think the rest was from the second week. So let's talk Harry Potter. So this is going into week 2, where I chose to use one vendor and I used Scentsy. So let's talk the Harry Potter collection. I've gone through 3 of the 4 bars from the Harry Potter collection. So first one we're going to talk about is Silverling. So this was popped into the boys' room. So it's a blackberry, a chocolate, and oak moss, I believe. It's very fresh, it's very woodsy, but it's got that fruity, dark, sweet berry note. So even though it's got a berry note, it's a darker berry being a blackberry. Don't get chocolate, really don't. It smells beautiful. When this becomes available at the end of the month to pop in Scentsy Club, I am going to pop this in Scentsy Club because I really did enjoy Slytherin. I will say though, in my son's room, it was kind of on the light side. Out of the ones I've tried, this was probably the lightest of them. But I got this beautiful, fresh, deep, woodsy scent, which was just perfect for... Now, I'm saying I don't smell chocolate, but smelling the clamshell here, I swear I'm picking up chocolate. I just didn't smell it in warming. So I kind of want to try it again because my son's room's one that I'm not in much and I'm in and out. So I want to try it somewhere where I can get a better conceptual idea of what this smells like, but so far definitely one that will be going into my Scentsy Club. The other one that's Scentsy Club worthy for me, and it's a boomerang strong performer, which I could see working well in open concept, even though I didn't have it in open concept, I had it in my main bedroom, is Ravenclaw. This is probably my favourite out of the bunch so far. So it doesn't say it has leather in it, but this is perfumey, masculine, bordering on almost leather. It's not cologne-y, it's more a perfumey note than a cologne note. So there is this sweetness to it, and it kind of masculine depth rather than a masculine cologne. So you get that almost leathery, masculine woodsy depth to this. And it's just, when I smell this, I'm reminded of those heavy bound leather books in a library, and that musky feeling from a library, and that richness from a library. So it kind of reminds me of sitting in a library with the books, and there's just a difference to actually handling thick, heavy books with leather and the pages. They have a certain smell about them compared to just a computer or a screen, which I think has kind of got lost in our modern times. But this kind of brings me back to those memories of going to the library and smelling that richness. It was going into day 4, like day 1, day 2, day 3, strong as all hell in my bedroom. Day 4 really petered down and was very, very light. By then, it wasn't that the scent was going, it's just that I was in the mood for something else, so I did take it out of my warmers. I don't normally keep a scent in for 4 days, even if they do last that long, because I'm bored and want to change my scents out. But long lasting, strong performing, absolutely stunning. Definitely going in my Scentsy Club. One that I'm not keen on at all is, and I did enjoy it a little bit more on warming than I did on cold, was Hufflepuff. So to me, this is very bitter when I smell this, and it took me a while to work out what I was smelling. I could get the scent notes that were saying, I couldn't get the apple, but I could get the nut mainly. But what I was smelling, it was kind of like a overcooked, like when you've been simmering toffee on the stove. So you've got that rich toffee smell, but it's just started to overcook and just started to burn. So you've got that kind of burnt toffee note mixed with a roasted nut note. That's kind of what I smelt here, and it was very cloying, but because it had that burnt note, I felt that it needed something to smooth it out a little bit sweeter. And I didn't know what I was going to choose, but I did this in alternating waters, and then I tried to, well, this wasn't going to tone it down. I can tell you now what I chose wasn't going to tone it down, but I thought it might help balance that sweet to burnt smell. I popped in a bar of Buzzworthy, which I'd never actually warmed on warm. I've just smelled it on cold. Back again. I do apologise, someone was at the gate. So what I did to try and sweeten it up was use Buzzworthy. So Buzzworthy is like a honey scent, is the best I can describe it. It was March 2020 scent of the month. I have a customer that absolutely loves this. On cold, I don't like it, and I've been told it's a strong performer. So I never actually got around to warming one. So I thought I'm going to try and warm it because I've heard it's sweet, I've heard it's cloying, I've heard it's a strong performer, I've heard the honey really comes out in Buzzworthy. So I enjoyed this more on warming. Together they weren't too bad in alternating warmers. But there were times where I would turn Hufflepuff off and just have Buzzworthy going, particularly as Buzzworthy had warmed for a bit and I just got more of that honey flower rather than just that nutty scent. I didn't really like Buzzworthy when it had that nutty note in it, but when that nutty note warmed off and you got like just this sweet honey in the background, it was really nice. But Buzzworthy is another scent that you could keep in your warmer for a week at a time and it would still perform in your house open concept for ages. So if you're looking for something long lasting, sweet and cloying and strong, Buzzworthy is all of that. I just don't think I could handle this all in one hit by itself. It is definitely a scent for me that would probably be more of a mix-up, and it did help to sweeten out the burnt note I got in this, but it was a very cloying, heavy mixture, these two together. So I haven't warmed Gryffindor yet, and it's not that I don't want to warm it, it's just for me, I can't warm smoky, cinnamony, heavy scents when it's really hot outside. There's scents that I enjoy more in winter, so I'm going to have to wait till the weather cools down, I think, before I can warm that to give a proper impression of that, because my impression will probably then be compromised by the weather, and I might say I don't like it when in winter I might really, really like it, because that's the time of year where I would reach for those type of scents, if that makes sense. So after that heaviness and cloyiness that I got from Hufflepuff, I needed something fresh. I needed, I guess, a reset. So I popped through the open concept Eskimo Kiss. Now this is now known as Polar Bear Hugs. Is retired for the season, but I still have bars of it as Eskimo Kiss, as you can see from when it was in my my Scentsy club when it retired the previous season. So I've still got, I think, about 3, maybe 4 bars left of it as Eskimo Kiss. I have popped it back into my Scentsy club just in case it doesn't come back, and I will start getting bars of it as Polar Bear Hugs as well. But I will be using up my Eskimo Kiss ones first because they are older bars. This is beautiful, this scent. Absolutely love it. Normally one I would reserve for the bedroom or the bathroom or the laundry, because it's a very fresh potpourri type scent. And it's not the strongest in open concept area. But as I said, I just wanted something light, something refreshing, just to freshen up the house. So Eskimo Kiss went into the open concept area. In the bedroom, I warmed Coastal Sunset. So this went in at the same time as I popped in the Coastal Sunset pods. Creamy, coconutty, with the softness of sandalwood. Absolutely beautiful. So I was in the mood for coconut, I was in the mood for tropical that week. After I finished warming through that in the main bedroom, I then popped in Enchanted Wood. So this is another creamy coconutty scent, but it has amber in it instead of sandalwood, and it's a little bit more woodsy than Coastal Sunset. Coastal Sunset comes across to me probably a little bit more tropical, whereas Enchanted Wood comes across to me a little bit more woodsy in the fresh, creamy softness type of vibe. So one of my favourite authors growing up was Enid Blyton, and she did a series of books, but there was one series that she did called The Enchanted Forest, Magic Faraway Tree, and she continued that on for about 4 maybe novels, I think, maybe 3 or 4 novels. So it was a whole series of them. It was my favourite series. And this kind of reminds me of that book. It reminds me what I think the Enchanted Forest would smell like and the Magic Faraway Tree would smell like. if that place existed. So every time I warm this, I'm transported back to reading my favourite books by Enid Blyton and imagining that this is what it smelt like when the kids went exploring the faraway tree and the enchanted forest. Bathroom, laundry, blue agave and nectar. This was from our summer collection. So it's got that sweetness of the melon, but it's very watery, very green, and very tropical at the same time. Normally, I'm not drawn to green melon scents, but the kiwi fruit in this adds a sweetness that I think I really did enjoy. Was in my Scentsy club for a hot minute. I then ended up with 2 or 3 and took it out because it was one of those ones I just wanted a couple of. I didn't want it to be in my Scentsy club constantly. There are a lot of bathroom and laundry scents that I enjoy probably more than this, but I wanted a few of these to enjoy in my bathroom and laundry scent. I think I still have one more, but I did go through one of them because I was in the mood for something a little bit different to what I would probably normally reach for my bathroom laundry. And just put them down there for time being. So my daughter decided she was going to start her own melting basket for her bedroom. So pulling from her melting basket of scents that she chose, we warmed in her room Apple Blossom Breeze. So I still have a bunch of these from the Scent of the Month kit last year, and it's not that I don't love these scents. I really, really do love these scents, but in the warmer I just get no performance out of these scents, and for the longest time that's what it was. It's this beautiful apple floral scent, sweet and juicy and summery, and then when I warmed it, no performance in the warmer, but we popped it in her bedroom after they've cured for quite a long, and it filled her bedroom up. So I can now enjoy the rest of these scents from my Scent of the Month kit, knowing that it's going to be a strong performer and a good performer in her bedroom. So I think I've got about 4 or 5 of them left to use up. Another one from her melting basket was Stitch Experiment 626. So again, tropical, fruity, fresh and vibrant. Really nice for her bedroom. So we have a few testers I used up of Hawaiian Hulula in the main concept area. So these are older testers. The lids are kind of smashed, so I kind of wanted to get rid of the testers, even though it's a current scent, because I have fresh and newer testers. So this is just a really nice pineapple-y tropical scent. Really do enjoy it when it's available, but it's not one I would necessarily pop into Scentsy Club. So I have 4 oils to talk about and then we're done. So now we're into what I was diffusing. So I had going Cotton Blossom Tangerine. This is a oil that has been used up, or that has been retired, not used up, sorry. No longer available. It's a very clean, fresh, sweet oil. Really nice when you want to refresh the place and want something just bright and fresh. Hot buttered rum. So this was from the Christmas collection when I was in the mood for a bit of my bakery. I think I had that going with the Hufflepuff again to try and add a bit of depth to that sweetness. Pumpkin cinnamon chai is what I've been recently using, and what I've been using with one of the scents from this current week, which you will see later on. That's from the Harvest collection. Absolutely love that oil. I do have a couple more, so I will be really sad when that's gone because we don't get many pumpkin scents here in Australia. And wild coconut and sugarcane, which is new to this catalogue. So if you enjoyed coconut sugar by any means, you will really enjoy wild coconut sugarcane. It's got that sweetness of the coconut sugar, but more of a probably suntanny base, if that makes sense. So that is what I have been warming and enjoying the last 2 weeks. I hope you enjoyed my video. My husband's waiting to come in, so I am going to head off now and I'll speak to you later. Until then, bye for now.